All right, I'm sure that you're eager to get started, but before we dive into the lesson material, I want to cover a few things so that you can get the most out of the course. First, let's talk about the course content itself. Simple Habits isn't about bombarding you with information for the sake of it. We could have easily made this course 10 hours long and waxed on about every single scientific paper on behavior change over the last decade. Apart from being super boring, that also wouldn't be a very effective way for you to implement the change into your life. It's not about having all the information. It's about having all the right information in the right order. So Simple Habits is an intentional distillation of only the most essential habit building material out there. We'll break down the current habit science into bite-sized lessons so you don't feel overwhelmed and so you truly understand how your brain works for and against you. And through all 6 modules, we'll give you a simple framework for implementing habits into your everyday, often very busy life. More than anything else, Simple Habits is a space for doing. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you're not implementing what you're learning into your life and taking action, nothing is going to change. That's why I'm going to guide you through the process to choose one habit to focus on for the duration of the course. That'll come in Module 2. If you already know the habit you want to build, that's cool too. The early exercises will act to pressure test your habit of choice to make sure that you're seeing the most growth from the simplest change. While we created this course to be taken from the very first lesson to the very last lesson, each lesson is also self-contained, so you can come back to it in the future to rewatch any lesson in any order that you prefer. I strongly encourage you to take the slow growth approach and work through either one lesson or one exercise every day. That way that you can pace yourself and take time to really commit to the change. Let's be honest, this probably isn't your first time around the block. You've read plenty of books, listened to all the podcasts, and watched endless YouTube videos on motivation, self-development, and habits. Maybe you've even taken courses on the topics before. If more knowledge was the answer, you'd already have those effective habits in place by now. So the first thing that we've done is put together a companion workbook to help you put together a habit plan for yourself. Inside, you'll find guided exercises that coincide with many of the video lessons. The workbook isn't just busy work. It was created to get you to implement what you're learning. Keep an eye out at the end of most lessons for your call to action. You can download the workbook in the resources below this video. When it comes to staying on track with your habits, accountability is key. The American Society of Training and Development found that people are 65% more likely to meet a goal after committing to another person, and their chances of success increase to 95% when they have ongoing meetings with their partners to check in on their progress. The good news for you, by joining this course, you get access to the Slow Growth community. It's a supportive community of thousands of self-development nerds just like you. Jump in and join the conversation in one of the many spaces that we've created. But before you get to all that, it's important for you to introduce yourself to the community. So before you do anything else today, I want you to take a couple minutes and head over to the community to say hi. To get there, go to community.slowgrowth.com or click the community link in your Slow Growth dashboard. From there, click on the Introduce Yourself space and tell us your name, where you're from, and one fun or weird fact about yourself. I can't wait to meet you. Okay, now that all the formalities are out of the way, we're ready to dive into building your habit foundation. Let's get started.